So now Chris Matthews is like he's like the canary in the coal mine for the establishment, right? So he's like whatever Chris Matthews is doing on TV, that's what they're all doing behind closed doors. So
is he the canary in Central Park?
He's the canary in Central Park for the execution. Now, Chris Matthews said this about Bernie's win in Nevada. He likened it to the Nazi takeover of France.
I'm reading last night about the fall of France
after about 5 or 6 whiskeys.
Summer of 1940. And the general, Renault, calls up Churchill and says, it's over. And Churchill said, how can it be? You got the greatest army in Europe. How can it be over? He said, it's over. So I had that suppressed feeling. I can't be as wild as Carville, but he is damn smart. And I think he's damn right on this one.
So there was Chris Matthews comparing Bernie Sanders, a Jewish who would be the first Jewish president of the United States, who lost his family to the Holocaust. He is now likening his victory in a primary to the Nazi takeover of France. So that got some people upset. But they've been doing stuff like this. Everybody's doing stuff like this at MSNBC. And so finally, Chris Matthews had to apologize. Did you see this?
I
saw it.
haven't seen it.
Watch this. Watch this.
Before getting into tonight's news, I want to say something quite important and personal. As I watched the one-sided results of Saturday's Democratic caucus in Nevada, I reached for an historical analogy and used a bad one. I was wrong to refer to an event from the last...
You think? I used just a goof. I meant to grab the other example of the Olympics. It was right next to each other.
It's like you ever grab the wrong thing at a buffet and you're like, I'm further in the line now. I can't do anything. That was me, but with words.
Yeah, that was... Okay. So I had a verbal Brussels sprout.
Hey, wait a minute, Jimmy. I don't understand. I don't understand why he's apologizing.
I don't either.
Days are actually the first days of World War II. Senator Sanders, I'm sorry for comparing anything from that tragic era in which so many suffered, especially the Jewish people, to an electoral result in which you were the well-deserved winner. This is going to be a hard-fought, heated campaign of ideas. In the days and weeks and months ahead, I will strive to do a better job myself of elevating the political discussion.
He looks like he's in so much pain.
Does anyone believe that he's going to do that? Is anyone going to believe that Chris Matthews is going to elevate the political discussion?
Well, Jimmy, why would he start now?
Chris Matthews is going to elevate. It's going to elevate the political discussion. Wow. So there you go. So they got him. They made him apologize.
I'm shocked.
But they suspended that Jason Johnson guy. And this is all pretend. This is all pretend. Somehow Bernie's got brown shirts online, but Chris Matthews literally calls them Nazis. Still. So I think it's good. I think they should let all these people on the air. I think it helps Bernie. I think when Chris Matthews goes on and does that thing, that helps Bernie. Like, it helps Bernie more than Bernie could even help himself. Because Bernie, half the time he's fucking talking about Russia. So this I think it helps because we're not the only ones who see through this. By the way, we keep remembering, no one's watching MSNBC. Just remember that. You know the sliver of people that are watching that? Can you get me, let's see the ratings for Chris Matthews' show, Hardball. What are the ratings for Hardball?
Well, so my point is, when I go, I don't understand why he's apologizing. Like, to his own audience, what do they,
right?
He's speaking to their own.
There must have been some Jewish group.
That's all I can think.
That's all I can think of, is that because it
wasn't Bernie's group.
Because it touched on the Jewish thing, and then they got rid of that Jason Johnson. Like, so, I guess it just got even too transparent for them. I don't know. They fired Ed Schultz for even covering Bernie.
Well, I think they saw some of the online response, too. I mean, there was like a petition to have Chris Matthews fired and stuff like that. So they have to. I think at this point, the only time MSNBC cares is when their ratings look like they might be in danger. And
right.
I think it's that big that now they're worried about that. They're like, oh, if we don't seem like an impartial news network, it might hurt our ratings.
Jimmy, will you just play it from the beginning? again? Because I want you to notice how much pain
Before
he's
getting
in.
into tonight's news, I want to say something quite important and personal. As I watched the one-sided results of Saturday's Democratic caucus in Nevada, I reached for an historical analogy and used a bad one. I was wrong to refer to an event from the last days, or actually the first days of World War II. Senator Sanders, I'm sorry for comparing anything from that tragic era in which so many suffered, especially the Jewish people, to an electoral result in which you were the well-deserved winner. This is going to be a hard-fought, heated campaign of ideas. In the days and weeks and months ahead, I will strive to do a better job myself of elevating the political discussion. Congratulations, by the way, to you, Senator Sanders, and to your supporters on a tremendous win down in Nevada.
So I'm trying to look up the ratings for MSNBC. It says that they're the second most watched news show on basic cable.
Well, there's only 3.
I know.
She
So-
did some stuff.
Yeah.
She got some stuff.
Oh, you got
So
some?
according to YouGov, the hardball with Chris Matthews, it's mostly popular with men, with 25% for men and 22% for women, and it's ranked as the 253rd most quote unquote popular group in the contemporary show business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's still kind of, that doesn't really, I'm
It's-
still in the dark.
It's most popular with baby boomers at 26%, Generation X at 23%, and millennials at 23%.
Okay.
Who are the 23% of millennials?
You tell me.
I don't know anyone in my generation who's like, did you hear what Chris Matthews said? Unless like it's followed by, I heard what you guys said about what Chris Matthews said.
No kidding.
No
That's
shit.
the only time.
Hey, the Jimmy Dore Show is coming to a town near you with a live show. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all tickets to all our live shows. See you in Minneapolis, Chicago, Miami. Plus, become a premium member of the Jimmy Dore Show. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com/join. Thanks for your support.